What? Oh, wait, it's not live yet. Hold on. It's got a counter down.
We're live. We're live.
No, it's got a number. Hold on. Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Louie. What's up, Louie?
Hello, everyone. Happy birthday, Doctor Who. Donald Trump's in the house.
Yeah, 61 years of Doctor Who.
Great show. Great cast.
Well, you didn't like the Moffat one.
The Moffat era sucks. I mean, the Chibnall era also sucked, and this new era sucks. So, yeah,
well, I don't know if last time I spoke to you, if we went through every episode. Did we go through every episode last time I spoke to you?
I think the last time we spoke. I think I came on the Roadcast. I don't think I've spoken to you
about everything, right? Well, why not? I'll just give you the floor because you haven't been here in a while, so you could talk and I'll just shut up.
Shut the hell up, Joe. You're fired. No, and brilliant. And congratulations, by the way, on getting Trump back. Very, very happy to hear.
Thank you.
I know you're a big Trump supporter. What was I going to say? Yeah, Doctor Who, 61 is great. Also, want to say it's now been 10 years since I came onto the community. It was July 7th, was my anniversary when I did the Night of the Living cast on this wonderful podcast. And I've been on and off 10 years. So it's also, I just wanted to put that out, that it's been 10 years of being on this crazy community.
Yes.
We've had some ups, we've had some downs, but it's been fun overall. So Doctor Who, I'm very mixed about this new era. I'm not really digging it.
Okay, now explain. Now start with the specials.
Okay, the specials. In hindsight, I think it was great to have Catherine Tate back. It was great to have David Tennant. They kind of wasted a whole incarnation of the Doctor. I think it should have either been a series or they should have got... They're going to do this 14th Doctor for 3 specials. I don't think they should have had David Tennant. I think it should have been a new incarnation, just a new actor. I just think
the history behind it is that originally, as I don't know if you saw the previous cast, but Catherine Tate and David Tennant met Russell for lunch before any of this happened, and they said they would really love to come back to Doctor Who. Too bad it wasn't a way for them to come back to Doctor Who with David Tennant's Doctor and Donna Noble and kind of finish it off. But they could have done that. Well, wait. No, wait. So then, when he hired Ncuti Gatwa, I guess he didn't look into the fact that they're going to film, but he's not completely available, right? Because he is doing another show. So he was kind of caught where he announced he's taking over Doctor Who, and now you would have a year without Doctor Who because basically...
That's not true.
What do you mean?
That's fake news. Basically, what they could have done is they could have brought
David Tennant and Catherine Tate. That's not fake news.
No, I'm saying fake news. It's not true. What they could have done is they could have brought in David Tennant and Catherine Tate, right? But you just do it as the 10th Doctor and Catherine. Do a multi-Doctor special.
Well,
you don't need to have a new incarnation.
That's fine, but it's not fake news that they were going to be.
Oh no, I wasn't saying what you were saying was fake news. It's just a Trump quote.
Let me just rehash. Chris Chibnall, they were fully prepared to have Jodie regenerate and then pan out and you not see who it is and it be off the air for a year. And he felt, Russell, that he could not do that to the fans. So he decided to make the Doctor regenerate into the 10th Doctor, but like be the 14th with all the memories. Right. Because he felt also, too, that David Tennant was the most popular Doctor, one of the most popular Doctors. And it was sort of an anchor or a hook for Disney Plus to bounce off of, and they'll have him on because they'll have something familiar to catch the new Whovians coming aboard Disney Plus, and then they could have a new Doctor. So he did specials with him, and then Ncuti had done his stuff, but he still wasn't fully available, as you saw, because there was like basically 2 Doctor-like episodes, right? But they did want,
Yeah,
they
and
don't
I
want to
just think
lose him. They don't want to lose him. They want him to be the Doctor. They knew he was in demand. They knew he was filming Barbie movie. They knew he was doing all this. So they decided to work around his schedule, regardless. So that's not fake news. That's actually what happened. And the way Doctor Who is, you don't really want to have Doctor Who off the air for long periods of time. Now, as far as the decision to um, make it where it was the 10th Doctor and Donna, they were finishing up Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and they couldn't just to have her regenerate, but you not see what it is, and then come back with specials, and it would confuse the audience. So they made the
I think it
decision.
confused the audience enough that they brought back David Tennant with a new face. So I think that's a.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
that's
really
a
confusing it
bullshit.
because the
But it
curator
is.
they
They
already
never explained it.
established that the Doctor could revisit old faces at some point in time, and that he'll be doing it often. Like when the 11th Doctor was talking to the curator like basically it was implied that you're going to get so good at regeneration, you're going to basically revisit old faces.
But they
And
never explained it.
but they did explain it in the 4th Doctor era because
No, okay, then how did he change
Romana was
clothes?
wait a minute. Romana was maybe it's because she was more in control with her regeneration, and because it's within a certain amount of time in a regeneration cycle, she took the form of Princess Astra, then became other forms, then took the form back because that's what she wanted. So she didn't waste regeneration; she just used one.
No,
Because
my argument's not. I'm not saying that you can't degenerate or whatever you want to call it. My
well,
thing is
revisit
how
a face, basically.
how can he change his clothes? That was never
Well,
explained.
that happened with the 1st Doctor to 2nd Doctor, if you remember, and it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
explained.
that wasn't part of the plot. That was just costume design. Come on.
Well, I know, but that did happen before. Now, Russell had explained why he did that, not necessarily the science
Which was
fiction.
a stupid. It was a stupid
Well,
decision.
well, he basically saw Sasha Dewan.
His answer was stupid, saying it was a drag
But
queen.
you did see Sasha Dewan in the Doctor's clothes, and he looked absolutely ridiculous. And Russell did not want to make David Tennant look ridiculous.
That's the point.
But you could also imply
But he looked ridiculous in that leather jacket.
Right, but you could also imply that the toy maker had altered the regeneration because all of a sudden Donna Noble's involved and he really liked interacting. No, he didn't say that, but he did love interacting with Donna Noble, the toy maker, and he knew full well who Donna Noble was. So, you could say that
if they had just mentioned that, it would have been better, but they didn't.
But he also mentioned stuff after the fact with Sutek that people got annoyed that he became a god by riding around in the TARDIS, absorbing all this energy while remaining sleeping and dormant, and that's what dramatically changed him from. Right, but he never said that to the public until after.
And this is what's annoying.
Yes,
exactly. And this is what annoys me about this new. Everything's afterwards and afterthought, and it's all they're not really been traveling.
Well, he feels he has the arrogance that he doesn't have to explain. He's sort of a little more nasty. He's sort of a little more like confident, nasty, egotistical, like Russell T Davies, where he kind of feels like he's going to do whatever he wants and nobody's going to tell him anything this time. Like no one's going to stop him from anything.
It's like when he accused people of being disableist because they said
right. Well, that was another. See, now that's an interesting subject we covered on here. Was it really Russell, his whole thing, or was it Disney Plus imprinting and having a discussion with him, and then he decided to make it his own? Because there was some things that Disney Plus had interacted with him with that he had changed. So we'll never know, I guess, unless he does another book, if Disney Plus and then all these people made him.
Will they? If that's the case, will Disney Plus now rewrite X-Men and have Professor X be able-bodied because it's offensive to put him in a chair?
Well, look at what they've done with all these things that are on Disney Plus with the Star Wars Acolyte and everything else. They implemented stuff that nobody wants. So this is constantly going on.
Star Wars.
Well, this is constantly.
I don't watch the Star Wars show.
This is constantly going on.
Although Agatha All Along is very good.
I loved it. Yeah. By the way, All right, so let me give you another
I don't know
example
if you
of
saw
how
Agatha, but Agatha was very good.
I just said I saw it. I said I loved it.
In fact,
Um,
Agatha's what they should have done for Missy. They should do.
I love the Agatha. What I wanted to say was is that we already know that people were against some changes that worked on the Doctor Who set. I think Rachel Talele was upset that they did that whole narration where the doctor's talking to the audience and they're like, "What the hell is that?" They didn't like that because that never really happened. But Disney Plus made them do that. Disney Plus also
Oh,
altered the Christmas special in the beginning to include, I believe,
yeah,
a
it was.
trans
It's very
singer.
stupid.
Right. So we won't know ultimately what Disney Plus is doing and not doing. We did know though, it did slip up because if you remember, Russell, before he came back to Doctor Who, ripped apart the Loki writer, if you remember, and said how horrible she was that she made Loki gay, didn't explain it in a couple of lines, 5 minutes, not even.
Yeah,
And then when he did come aboard with Disney Plus, there was a big meeting where he had to make peace with this woman, and he made her the writer of Rogue. And what did she do with Rogue? She did the exact same thing she did with Loki. She, you know, basically is handling the Doctor, and she's never handled the Doctor before, and he's acting completely different than you ordinarily would with the romance department, that he's never acted like that before. So we can't even blame Russell for that, but we can because he got her aboard, maybe because he wanted to make peace with Disney Plus. So he felt he had to
well,
bring her in as a writer.
he said in an interview the other day that he felt bad for the backlash that his comment caused for Loki, and he said that he knew it wasn't her fault; it was Disney Plus that didn't want the gay stuff. So when he had this opportunity of the story of Rogue, he wanted to give her the chance to be able to tell the LGBTQ plus BLT story that she wanted.
Well, he
So
must be
that's
going on
why
the
he gave it to
apology
her.
tour because he also came out and said how he treated Richard E. Grant horrible. And that's why he threw in that thing. Not that it was meant to be that he was a doctor, because in the news could be wrong, just like on Earth, it could be wrong in the galaxies, and you think this guy is the doctor when he's really the great intelligence. But they use him as a face
It
of the
does annoy
doctor.
me now that every 5 minutes, every episode, they just chuck in a new Doctor face. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, we do know that Russell,
Hello.
when he wanted Moffat to come back, he wanted Chibnall to come back to
Oh, you
finish the
froze a bit.
story. We do know that Russell, when he wanted Moffat to come back, he also wanted Chibnall to come back to finish the Timeless Child story. And because he didn't, he really didn't want to mess with it too much. But there is a possibility that Chibnall may be coming back to write a continuation of the Timeless Child. You there, Louis? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
Did you hear me what I said about Chris Chibnall?
Yeah, that he asked him back to finish the Timeless Child.
But he couldn't because he was doing a play, but he may come back. We don't know yet for season 3 to do that. Well, he might. But
to be fair, at this point, I've kind of just given up caring about the show. I thought this last season was very poor.
But don't you see it as like him trying to get his feet wet? Like he's been, like it's like riding a bike. You got to get used to it again. Why can't this be like series 1 with Chris Eccleston, and then series 2 would be completely different, like David Tennant? Well, I mean, but in this instance, we know season 2 is not going to be different because they filmed them both together back to back. Season 3 would be different, but season 1 and 2 are not going to be different. They're going to be very the same.
I doubt we'll get season 3.
I think they're announcing it today. I think that's the announcement.
I'll be very surprised if we get season 3.
I am not surprised because they already spent money for season 3. They already.
I don't think we're going to get any announcement today. I think the only announcement you'll get today is a Sea Devil reveal.
What reveal? They revealed everything. What? That Martha Jones is in it?
I think you might get a Sea Devil, and that's it.
I honestly, from what I've been told with my sources, and Marty had said on here too,
like the redesign of the Sea Devil.
Well, they already leaked it. That guy leaked it. That he was filming. He put it on his channel. Remember? They already leaked what they look like. Did you see that? Are you breaking up, or what is going on with the internet? All of a sudden,
Well, you're breaking up again.
uh, they leaked it already, didn't they? The Sea Devil.
Hello?
Hello. They leaked the Sea Devil thing already,
Hello?
didn't they? Didn't they leak the
You
Sea
kind of
Devil?
froze.
You hear me?
I can hear you. It's just you're breaking up.
All right, you hear me now? Okay. Is that better?
Sea Devils? I heard Sea
Yeah,
Devils.
didn't they leak the Sea Devil image? That guy on Instagram?
Yeah, there's a blurry picture, but I think we might get like a HD photo.
Okay.
Possibly. I don't know. I'm kind of just at the point where the Christmas special looks awful.
I'm not thrilled with the synopsis, really. It doesn't really appeal to me. But then again, you can't really. It's a Christmas special. It's meant to be stupid and goofy.
The dinosaur clip looked really bad.
Well, did you pay attention to behind the Doctor and the companion? Because
they're in the treehouse thing.
Look very closely to behind them. It looks like the graphics are so bad that they're not even there. It kind of like skipped on top of itself. Like look very closely. Look very close. You know what? Look very closely on it. It's sort of like when Blu-ray came into the picture and they got the Blu-rays wrong and the pictures didn't line up to where they were. So the background. If you could watch it, the background's jumping. I don't know if they fixed it, but in that clip, you could tell how effed up it is. Really. I mean, they got a lot to work on.
Elon Musk to do it.
No, I'm sure.
We need Elon Musk to come in and take over Doctor Who.
What do you expect for season 2 that would change your mind towards Doctor Who? Not that we're going to get it because it's exactly the same, but what? I mean, Miss Flood is going to be heavy in the season, but
I'd like to see stuff that's paid off and not just teasing all the time. And then, like in interviews 7 weeks later, they confirm things which should have been
like her mother is not being anybody special, and they just ruined the whole thing.
That was so stupid, and it makes no sense. Why was it snowing? Why? Why did Sutek care? Why did Sutek care? If Sutek's a
when did Sutek become a gossip columnist and was just into everybody's business?
Exactly, it's such a stupid storyline. It made no sense.
I mean, they did say. I think they said that he was never going to wake up Sutek, and that he was sleeping through everything while he was growing in power, and that when she spilled the coffee in the TARDIS, that screwed everything up. Because that's immediately when this TARDIS started moaning and shit.
So when it blew up in Big Bang, he was fine.
Right, that's the weirdest thing. That makes no sense, right? I first of all, he should have never said that Sutek was there the whole time, because everybody would have been able to detect that, like the Time Lords, the gods, any other gods.
It should have been from Wild Blue Yonder onwards.
Correct. Well, they said that he woke up from that, but then it kind of contradicts it, because if he was sleeping, how did he plant people on every planet? That's like weird. So
I think they need to stop with all this God bullshit as well. No more gods.
I think he needs to stop messing with the original history of Doctor Who, because now we're in a situation where Davros invented the Daleks when he was normal, when that was not what happened, because of the accident and the rage and anger he had while they were fixing him. He built the Daleks. He came up with the concept of the Daleks.
And the whole design is based off of his support machine.
Right.
So it makes no sense.
So now I don't know, because the Daleks were born in the future, as were the Time Lords and the Doctor. It may take time before the timeline gets really screwed up, but I guess you could get away with, Davros being normal, and supposedly they return in season 3. So that's that was the thing that Shooty was very upset about. Shooty said to Russell that before he leaves, he wants to battle the Daleks. So
I mean, he will. They're probably going to build them up as his finale or whatever. But I think what they need to do is just strip it back. No more big, heavy lore dumps and change in history. Make new characters. Just have adventure. Don't make it all. Oh, you need. It's too complicated for people that just want to watch the show. Everything's connected now.
Right.
I mean, the whole of sorry, what was it? Empire of Death was pretty much just a clip show of Pyramids of Mars, and then we'll watch Pyramid of Mars, and then we'll just put the dog on a leash, and there's your mum. Ta-da! It's like it was just stupid.
There's still the question of a father probably being powerful. That's why she's.
Do you know what though? I don't care. Like her
Oh, I know.
dad could be Jimmy Savile for a like. It's pointless now because I've lost interest. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what happens. Same thing like with the Jake Paul and the Mike Tyson fight. Everybody lost interest now in Jake Paul fighting because they thought it was fixed and rigged. So yeah,
what they really need is Trump to be the next Doctor. That would get me watching again.
I'm sure.
I mean, well, you just need something interesting.
Well, the only thing I could tell you from what we've heard is that Shooty regenerates Christmas 2026, which is after season 3, and that Russell T Davies is heavily 95% making the Doctor a woman again. But that's not definite. It's just he's leaning towards it because he wants to do it right, where he felt that Chibnall did it wrong. So, and besides that, he took
I don't think we'll get a female Doctor.
And besides that, he took Jenna Louise Coleman, Alex Kingston, and Karen Gillan out to dinner. And usually when he takes these people out to dinner, they either appear in Doctor Who or they have some type of project with Doctor Who. And he also met up with Jodie Whittaker and Amanda Gill and asked them, I guess, to be in Doctor Who again, but in the further future, I guess, when he's not showrunner and he has plans for them to appear for some reason. And they said yes. So.
Well, they need to make these spin-offs. They keep saying he made a big thing of I want spin-offs. So they want to make it like a Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Who.
Well, he is. But I mean, we got one spin-off.
We've got one shitty spin-off.
Well, the thing is that he's gonna have other spin-offs, but he can't. He's got to really show the show rather than the spin-offs. Now we do know season 2
but
is
chose
done.
Such a stupid. So for the spin-off though, he's chose Sea Devils, like the least popular. Like no one cares.
Well, again, it goes back down to he made the choice to choose the Sea Devils rather than anybody else. And again, it goes down to how long is this going to continue with the fantasy aspect rather than the science fiction aspect? Because I feel that is hurting the show when you have stupid lines like he's learning rope technology when nobody gives a shit about that, and you have magical stuff and creatures and goblins and gods, and that's not something that I want Doctor Who to become as fantasy. I mean, it's nice to have it once in a while, but now you're having it across all the seasons, and we know that he's going to be battling Harbinger as a god in second season. So I'm not really thrilled with that, Not really thrilled. But
yeah, it's I'm bored of it. I'm very bored. I think as well, I don't know if you saw today they've uploaded all the scripts for season 14 and they uploaded some deleted scenes, and one of the scenes that was cut was when Sutek originally when he puts him on the lead and throws him in the time vortex. Mm-hmm. Originally he put a coin in the jukebox. And then he says, Sutek, there's always a twist at the end, and then always a twist at the end played over while Sutek brought everything back to life.
Okay.
Which I'm very glad they cut.
Yeah, that's good too, because that's just ridiculous.
That's the whole breaking the fourth wall all the time. If it's not leading to anything, it's really pointless.
I agree. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're doing it with the MCU stuff. They did it with Agatha, and they did it with She-Hulk, and they did it with Deadpool.
But I guess with Deadpool and She-Hulk, it was from the comics they broke the fourth wall, so I don't mind it so much. But when it's just all the time for no real plot, what's the point?
Right, like why was Audrey Plaza breaking the fourth wall as Miss Death, the Green Witch? There was no plot for that, but Whatever.
Well, I guess she's deaf. I don't know. But I
Let me
think
ask you a
they should have
question.
done a show like Agatha all along. That's what they should be doing with Doctor Who, something like that, but with Missy.
Right. Well, I mean, we also
So,
heard too
what
that.
was your question?
Well, I was gonna say, what would you want in season 2 and 3 that will win you over?
If I would like a laid back, no lore dumping, no change in the timelines, no. This has been done since. You have to go back and watch old shit. Just fresh adventures. Have some old returning. Maybe have a Sideman story, or maybe have like a
I mean, just like
Slovian
a
return.
detached story that's not connected to an overall story arc.
I
Just
mean,
a
I don't mind them
standalone.
doing like a. I don't mind them doing something like a Bad Wolf that builds up, and then in the finale, it's all revealed. But if you're going to do that, give answers. Don't put stuff in press release 3 weeks after it's done, because if you have to explain it like that, then it should have really been in the episode.
Right. Well, rumor is that
in my opinion,
David Tennant and Catherine Tate are contractually obligated, and they're supposed to be appearing in season 2 because I feel what's going to happen is if the 15th Doctor is going to die, you're going to find out he has no regeneration energy at all, and the 14th Doctor remains and retains all the regeneration energy. So that will be an issue. I feel that that's going to happen because I think they're going to remerge them together because they're not going to keep it that way where they're separated.
Well, they need to because it's such a stupid idea. Like, I just think.
Well, then
it's
the
so fan
side,
wanky that
the side idea was in case Shooty didn't work out, they were going to just continue with David Tennant and Catherine Tate again as a backup. But that's not really cool because you never really have backups like that. So,
it's bullshit. It's just rubbish. I mean, I think people would prefer it if they just brought Catherine Tate and David Tennant back, but I think that's another issue of the specials.
I would like a season. Yeah, I would like a whole damn season.
You gave us what we wanted. You gave us what we wanted, then you took it away.
The only thing I'm hoping for is that if they do more specials with David Tennant and Catherine Tate, the only wish list that I want is that Sacha Dhawan shows up on David Tennant's doorstep and realizes that he revisited an old face and becomes John Sim again, and they battle for a Christmas type of special. Like some reason I would crack up if the Master as John Sim was dressed as Santa Claus, nasty with kids and deal with Donna Noble and David Tennant's doctor. Like I remember you. You killed me when I was like 5 billion people on Earth. Like I'm gonna mess with you, or I just love the fact. No, I know. I just love the fact that the villains know Donna Noble. Like she's like the most famous companion, like especially the toy maker, and they just want to mess with her. Like I just love that because like I love the way Donna Noble would act to them. Like she don't give a rat's ass. Like she's not afraid of them. So like I freaking absolutely love that. Yeah.
Donna should
I don't know why they brought a daughter back because the daughter's like playing Candy Crush on the screen while Sutek is killing everybody. So
it was such a waste of bringing her back. It was such a waste.
I mean, was she communicating with her uncle, the doctor, that hey, Sutek's fucking around on the iPad or what? Because I mean, they had to be they had to have been outside the universe, Catherine Tate and David Tennant as the Doctor and Don Noble, because the whole universe was destroyed. So they would have had to have been some type of adventure completely outside the universe because they had no idea what was going on.
It was just really bad. I just didn't like it.
Because every time something happens, you're like, well, where's David Tennant's doctor? Why isn't he?
This is what I mean. It's pointless. And then
you're not going to let everybody die in front of you. You're not going to like, even though you're retired, you're not going to. If people are dying, you're going to jump in the TARDIS and you're going to try to save everybody.
But then Russ said, "Oh, David Tennant's doctor drowned in Venice."
No, but he lied though because he just did that because it was confirmed when the 15th Doctor asked Rose Noble how your uncle is. She said good. He just lied to the press because he didn't want to answer questions about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just it's stupid.
He just lied. Silly. He don't want to answer questions about that. You know,
They need to just think the show over. I think they should just cancel it for 10 years.
let me tell you something. BBC made so much money from Disney Plus. They are not canceling it, and they are not. They just got more money, which they'll reveal either today or in a couple weeks or in a month or two. They got tons of money, and they don't do it as when Disney Plus pays. They don't do it as per season. Basically, season 3 and 4 are paid for. So because the whole hook is that season 4 will be a new Doctor for Disney Plus, a new TARDIS, a new Sonic, a new companion, and it's a nice hook for Disney Plus. If this didn't work, for them to have a whole new beginning on Disney Plus with a new Doctor and a new direction, maybe even a new showrunner, because Russell had said that either he's going to leave season 4 or season 3. Mostly he was implying season 4, but and he's going to appoint a successor, but he's still going to remain like as a Kevin Feige, maybe writing episodes and telling them what he thinks he wants them to do.
I think, as a fan of the show, I'd rather them just cancel it.
You're not gonna.
BBC. First of all, worse and worse.
Top Gear was just canceled, right? Because the guy got hurt. So, what shows does the BBC have to make money? Doctor Who and Strictly Come Dancing. That's it. There's nothing else. That's their cash. Yeah, but that's their cash cow.
It's gonna get cancelled.
Right.
Well, EastEnders is actually bigger than both, but
no, I know, but that's their cash cow, though. If that's making them money, they're going to continue it to the end of time.
Oh yeah, they're not going to cancel anytime soon, but I think they should.
Yeah.
Until they get an actual plan.
Well, a lot of people agree with you. If you've seen all these YouTubers out there with the thumbnails and oh my god, and Doctor Who is this and Doctor
Well, I see the morons that are saying it's about gays and racists and all. I think that's all stupid, but I don't think the show's got a gay agenda or a woke agenda. I think it's just the way Russell writes.
I think him just throwing in the pronouns and it was just taking a piss at everybody.
Yeah, I think he's just winding them up, up the Bolstreaks, the Dr. Freedoms, the weirdos that like to cause a fuss, those kind of people.
TARDIS Zone.
It's just TARDIS Zone, who
I've never me death threats.
I've never actually met him or spoke to him, but he seems like a fucking loon.
Maybe the
Who crew. Maybe I bring the Who crew back and we'll do
maybe the guy that's supposed to do a Doctor Who live stream. He's cursing me out that he's gonna come here and murder me, and then his second in command lead problem being releases my address all over the internet.
Well, maybe the Who crew can come back for that. I mean, I remember one of the Who crew members, James, had a bit of an argument with TARDIS Zone because
did he?
I think he did a Dr. Freedom thing, and they called TARDIS Zone a paedophile and TARDIS Zone mad, and then started having a go at the real Dr. Freedom, thinking that Dr. Freedom, it was just, yeah.
Well, James had to go with me many a times too, also too recently. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll tell him off for that. That's bad. He always bigs you up though, James. When I speak to him about you, he's always like, "Oh,
he also reminds me every Christmas and January when my mother died." So that's wonderful. I mean,
no, he shouldn't talk about dead people.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
The mama.
Anyway, I don't want to get deep about that. I love my mother, but may she rest in peace. But
rest in peace.
That's a touchy subject. So anyway, look, in the Whovian community, the funniest thing is, and the biggest thing is that I've been on here since 2011. There's people that have come and gone, but nobody should try to hurt somebody or silence somebody from talking about a TV show. And if people are going to get busy with making death threats and trying to destroy someone's income and break
releasing people's personal information is just too far.
Yeah. First of all, at the end of the day, I'm not the only one that lives here. And while it doesn't bother me, you traumatized my girlfriend where she has to look over her shoulder. Not nice for Sharon. She's a teacher. She doesn't want to be like some weirdo jumping her in the bushes and going to kill her or something. I mean, like that. There's nut jobs out there.
And there's a difference between a dislike fairy and a actual physical threat.
Yeah, don't release people's addresses. And now,
and don't put pictures of dead people you've never met, because that's
right.
Just weird.
Like my mom was a saint and she loved everybody, and she would have been the type that if she would have saw the stuff that James was doing, she would have said, "Oh, he needs you."
James, you need to stop.
But
Stop.
he needs you to forgive him and help him. That my mom would do that. My mom, anybody even that betrayed her or whatever, she always was like the doctor, where she's
James,
like,
instead of trolling about Joe's mum, why don't you say a prayer for Joe's mum? Be nice. Give something back.
yeah. So I know my mom. My mom would want me to help him. I'm just mad
I
at him.
think
But
I think the problem with James is he just gets too excited. I think he's been scarred from the Whovian tube war, which is
but
10
he
years this
became.
year.
But didn't he become rich after that? Like, didn't he start dancing with politicians, and then he became like a Twitter sensation with hundreds of thousands of followers
Yeah,
and
he's
unlimited
he's
bank
got
account?
thousands. He's got
Right? Doesn't he?
thousands.
Doesn't he have like a unlimited bank account now where he could just? I mean, isn't he rich?
Yeah, he's bought his own house.
All right,
Yeah,
so
he's
there you
bought his own
go.
house. He's got a house in Spain as well now. He's got plenty of money.
So there you go. So
He's bought
why?
like
But
4 rescue
that's the
cats.
thing I don't understand is if you're rich now, why are you going back to trolling again? What's the purpose of that? Now I know. I look. He did all this stuff, and then he stops, and then I guess he tries to.
Are you sure it is?
No, it's him. And then he sent me a friend request on Facebook. But why would you think I'm gonna accept you after you bashed my mother? Like, you can't. And now Christmas is coming up, so I
Because
want
I
to see
know
what he does.
George Back's been trolling.
Who? Who?
George Back, he was on the show years ago. He's on Sammy's
Oh, I
show.
know.
He's an Irish guy. He's a complete troll. I know he made a Mama Rose picture thing
Oh,
and
did he?
was trolling with that. Yeah, I did
Look,
flag it.
was I really that bad where people deserve to troll me like that? I mean, I know I'm funny. I know I do funny things, and it's all Major Joe's hysterical, and he's doing all this stuff. But I never really hurt anybody to like where like warrant that behavior. I think, or whatever.
Well, I think the Whovian tube war was 10 years ago. People need to get over it now.
Well, you got over it, but when the Whovian Tube War started, you were in a podcast. I guess because you were the Carter Empire, right?
Yeah, the fall of the.
You were trying to destroy my income with my books and my
I wasn't
credibility.
trying to destroy the income of your
Well,
book.
I mean, and your buddy put me in the face of Bojar, right, Jack? So like it was like
I mean,
a whole.
putting your face in a face of.
Didn't you read my book on the air and was taking a shit all over it? Like honestly, come on, bro. Come on. I love you now, bro. If I didn't love you, you wouldn't be in here, right? But you gotta laugh after like 10 years. But to think like all the
I'm
shit that
gonna
happened.
show you how much that I care about your books in a positive way, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna turn my camera on and look what I've got here.
Let me see.
Is my camera?
He's revealing his face.
Is the camera on?
Nope. Maybe I gotta put my camera on for your camera on to be on.
Possibly.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to give this thing out there. I don't know if he's watching it, but I am trying to be top gamer in America and then the world. And I did that because I'm a gamer, not because I wanted to get the attention of Sammy. Not going to mention his last name, but I know he is into gaming. But I guess if I was number one in everything, he would have to see my face at some point in time and come out of hiding or come out of whatever and talk to me. But it would be nice to talk to you, Sammy, after all these years because
come on, Sammy, come back.
You were given the wrong information, and if in fact David Aston admitted that he was drunk in that chat and he made you do all those things to me, and it was not real. So you were played, and you also played by the Whovians and then everybody else, and then they dumped you. So I never tried to hurt you, Sammy, and I always saw you as a friend. But when you strike my channel down, yeah, I strike your channel back. So that was the war there. But in the end, I survived. You guys are not around, and there you go. But anyway, I just had to throw that out there, by the way. But maybe it's an ego thing. I don't know. But why can't I see your picture? What happened? It's funny. It's like over the years, people just try to. Well, with the Whovian Tube War, they tried to destroy me to rise, and it didn't work out that way. But it didn't help me either. It hurt my subscriber count, and Are you there, Louis, or you left? Louis left. You back?
I don't know why
Oh,
my camera's not. It's not letting me.
you're
Put
back. You're back. You were out and you went backstage for a second.
Yeah, it won't let me put my camera.
That's
But
okay. That's okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a picture of what I was going to show you, and you can.
All right, send it to me on Instagram.
I'll send it to you now. Bear with me. Bear with me.
All right. But anyway, people have
I
come
think
and
Sammy
gone.
Carter will return one day.
I hope so, because again, he was just used. He was a tool in the war that was used to combat me, and it didn't really work out because they dumped him after. So he was used by the Whovians and he was used by the Masked Man, and that's it, pretty much. So,
Well, the Masked Man's just a freak, so.
well,
I mean, I've heard some stories. Lots of paedophilia going on that cast. Very bad.
well, I don't know what that, but all I know is that Doctor Who is still on the air, and I'm still talking about Doctor Who, and half these people are not around anymore. Gone.
There you go, Joe. I've sent you on Instagram.
Okay.
This is proof that I actually support your books.
Oh, Sorrow Separation. Look at that.
Got the sorrow of separation. See?
Now, if I just could say something, when I did do the first book, it was like suggested to me not to make it complex because it was my first book. So I kind of made it simplistic. It doesn't mean that I'm a shitty writer. It means that I was just trying, just like I guess people are like Disney Plus is interfering with Doctor Who. People are trying to tell me how the book should, because you do have book advisors, but I did make it simplistic as possible. Not that I'm a simplistic writer. It's just that
No. I think you're very emotional in this book. I mean, you're very.
that was very, very like you can't.
You've got some very emotional stuff, like the one about your father, your daughter. You got loads of very raw personal things, and I think that it comes through. My favorite one is Comic Book King.
Yeah.
Also, you've got Can You Hear Me? I think that's they copied that Doctor Who episode based on that poem because you got there first.
My thing was first, 2010, right?
So you could write Doctor Who. You also got The Road, The Witch's Road. They copied that from you. You got a lot. They've copied a lot from you here, Joe.
The whole thing with the Witch's Road is technically Wizard of Oz, the Yellow Brick Road, but like a twist on it. If you noticed.
Well, it is in the comics as well. It is a thing.
Well, they added stuff to the comics now, but Agatha was never really what they made it in the show. They kind of changing the character in the comics now. Agatha was in the comics was always old, and she was
the Fantastic Four's babysitter.
Correct, and she was also the most trusted witch in the Marvel universe. She never had an evil thing about her, and she was the Scarlet Witch's mentor. And yes, she was killed, I believe, but remained a ghost. And then I think she was brought back to life also, too, which that's the thing that they're saying is that Franklin Richards has the power to, because he's so powerful to bring her back to life against Death's wishes, because he's just, I guess, an omni-level powerhouse or something, whatever.
And she wasn't a lesbian. I don't think she was ever a lesbian.
No, none of them were. Well, I mean, back then in Marvel, they never had that. So it was sort of like, but anyway, with Doctor Who, I do want changes made, and I'm not expecting season 2 to be a dramatic departure from season 1. Maybe it's going to be a little bit different, but we're only going to see a big change in Doctor Who in season 3 because it's going to be where, being that it's not filmed yet, Russell had taken in everybody's comments, likes and dislikes. He's going to put it in his brain, and I'm sure that's what kind of affected the writing or not, because it's going to be different. And from what I understand,
are you excited for the next companion?
The companion in the Christmas special is supposedly the companion in season 3, full. So I am excited
Oh,
about her.
really?
Yeah, that's a rumor, supposedly.
Well,
Um,
we've got Belinda Chandra.
I'm
We've
happy
got
about her.
Belinda Chandra coming back.
I like
She's
that.
going to be the companion next year.
I know.
Do you think her last name's Chandra? Do you think she's going to be related to Rani?
No, I think that's just. I think she's still the same character, regardless what
Do
they're
you think
saying
she's going to
from.
be Rani's daughter?
No, I think she's from Boom. I think it's the same character from Boom. I think because the villain is Valengard, which was in Boom, which was in The Doctor Dances, The Empty Child. Everything that Moffat's done, Valengard were the ones that invented the sonic screwdriver, not Gallifrey like they were trying to make it now. So yeah, I think that she's the same character, not a different character.
Villain guards really annoying me. I'm sick of them bringing it up every episode.
Well, they're up
Stop it.
every
It's not a
Moffat
very.
episode. Every Moffat episode.
It's not even a good idea. Like,
Oh,
it was a throwaway line. It's not. I thought Boom was an awful episode. It was a really bad story.
and I thought it was brilliant, actually. But it's
Nothing
not the
happened.
first time that's happened, by the way. The Fourth Doctor landed on a mine, and Harry Sullivan had to help him, if you remember. So these things that we
Yeah, and
see in
that from
Doctor Who,
from Genesis of the Daleks, and that.
these things are not original. Like, I didn't see. Here's the thing: I didn't see Interstellar, and then I didn't realize that Moffat took Interstellar for the World Enough in Time and like with the Missy Master thing. That basically that whole concept of the black hole on one
Oh
end and
yeah.
the other end, that's completely Interstellar, and I wasn't aware of that. So um, a lot of things are taken for Doctor
Yeah,
Who
Moffat
from
does
other things.
copy a lot.
Well, Russell also he wanted to make the Time Lords burn like the Jedi are supposed to burn, so he took that from the Jedi from Star Wars. He took from Star Trek Spock the mind meld and gave it to the Doctor and the Time Lords, so that way the Doctor could go into Madame de Pompadour's brain or whoever's brain and or make Donna Noble forget. So they took that from the Vulcans from Star Trek. They took the regenerate. Russell T Davies admitted he took the regeneration energy thing from Shrek because he thought that that's what the regeneration energy should look like when Fiona became the ogre. So they take a lot of stuff from different things and they implement it into Doctor Who. I mean, the whole unit thing, that's like the Avengers Tower, and, the hovercraft was always in Marvel way back into the 80s. That was like S.H.I.E.L.D., and that was, so a lot of stuff they take from Marvel and all these sci-fi shows, and they try to put a twist on it on Doctor Who. It's gonna happen. Did I break up just now? Let me see. Did I break up just now?
I think we're going to see the return of Maestro. You're breaking
Of
up a
who?
little bit, but I think we'll get the return of Maestro in season 4.
I think we may get John Locke in Doctor Who because they had interviewed John Locke and Catherine Hahn, and they were talking about the Maestro.
Do you mean Joe Locke?
Joe Locke? I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that they're gonna, besides the Maestro coming back, they might try to get Catherine Hahn or Joe Locke.
I mean, Catherine Hahn would be great.
Yeah, I know. She'd probably be like Missy Regenerated or something.
Or she could be the Rani.
Right. Could be.
Although I've got a feeling Miss Flood could be.
Honestly, I think Miss Flood is Rassilon, and I think that something was done to Rassilon by the gods where he has like Time Lord dementia and he doesn't know he's Rassilon, but it comes out at certain points in time. And that I honestly think that the gods have screwed around with the Time Lords too, because Rassilon and the High Council are alive. They were banished by the 12th Doctor. So they were off Gallifrey, and then when the Master destroyed Gallifrey, they weren't on there. But I also feel too that Missy becoming Sasha Dewan, she could have went inside that black hole into another universe and got confused, thinking that Gallifrey is their own, and Tecteun is actually from that Gallifrey, and we're gonna find out that this whole story about the Doctor was completely bullshit. But the Timeless Child is not the Doctor and someone else. And that Rassilons are going to explain it away that Tech Dayun was nobody special and she's just trying to alter the Matrix of Gallifrey and influence her bullshit with the division. But she was never a third thing like Omega and Rassilon. She was never part of that bullshit. And that's just complete nonsense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just
And
looking now.
that whole fob watch thing, when your enemies and your supposedly adopted mother are trying to push you to open the fob watch, basically you don't, because that's a trap and a half. And I'm glad that the 13th Doctor did not open the fob watch, because I felt that was a complete trap. But I would like them to explain Joe Martin's Doctor. I don't think they're gonna until Chibnall comes back, but I really want them to.
I'm just looking at the website now. They've only announced the deleted scenes.
Joe Martin supposedly is supposed to be in a season of Doctor Who, besides Big Finish. So she did do something with Shooty that she got in trouble for, that she tried to say something
I believe
else.
it when I see it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're going to get anything.
Oh, shout out, by the way, to Katie Manning again. I love Katie Manning, and Marty is with Katie Manning today. So shout out to Katie Manning. And I think Jacob is eating with Sylvester McCoy today. So he had sent me a message. He was with him yesterday.
Oh,
and, they had to do a thing to pay to be with the Doctor, to have lunch with him. Or
I hope he's nice to Sylvester McCoy.
Well, if you saw the Twitter exchange, I didn't mean to.
I hope he's not going to troll him.
Well, you don't know what happened, right, with Twitter? Or you're not on Twitter? Are you on Twitter, Louis, or no? You didn't hear me. Are you on Twitter, Louis, or no? You can't hear me. Louis, do you hear me? Hello?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. I said, are you on Twitter?
Yeah, no, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
Did you see that exchange I had with Sylvester McCoy?
Yes.
Oh, my God. And I love Sylvester McCoy. God. All right. Anyway, good luck to Jacob today.
Oh, you've blocked me on Twitter, so I can't.
I didn't block you on Twitter. What do you mean?
See anything you put?
I'll look into that. I don't think they blocked you, but I'll look into that. And I'll see. Okay. All right. One more thing, Louis. If they were to do another spinoff, which they are, what do you want to have in the spinoff? Louis,
what would
you hear me? I said if they were going to do another spinoff, what would you want in a spinoff?
Didn't. I think maybe do a Missy one.
A Missy one? As what? Like?
Yeah,
what,
but do it
like what?
Do it in the style of Agatha, but maybe Missy's in prison and she has to break out, and it's her, and you get other characters.
But isn't she regenerated already to Sasha Dewan? Like, how do you do that?
You can set it before.
It's
a time travel
hanging out
show.
with the doc.
Set it in between season. Set it in between season 8 and 9.
Okay.
Sorry, 9 and 10.
But technically,
what happened in that?
But technically, Missy was involved with the 11th Doctor the whole time without appearing.
Yeah.
She basically made the 11 meet Clara. She was the woman in the shop. But for some mysterious reason, she did not interact with the 11th Doctor, which is odd.
Maybe she just fancied Capaldi. I don't know.
It's so weird that. But you know what, too? Moffat really didn't want his Doctor to battle the Master at all. So that was odd, too. I never understood that either.
It was stupid. Maybe have, I don't know, do a spin-off of the Daleks where you just follow them for a whole year.
With Davros being in the chair or Davros being human?
I would have Davros in the chair. Screw the human Davros thing's stupid.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's more offensive to disabled people to have him able-bodied now.
I think the Dalek one is either the finale of season 3 or I don't know if it's the Christmas. I don't think it's going to be the Christmas special. But supposedly Shooty will fight the Cybermen and the Daleks in season 3. And they also
be
teased Maestro and Rogue returning also. So
I don't want Rogue to come back. I thought it was a silly character.
well, he's doing he just did 2 plays now. He did 1 play now in New York. He's doing it. I think he's in New York. He's doing another play right now. And I think Maestro was doing a play. So I don't know.
I think she's doing another play now. I'm not too sure.
I know that Sharon went to see Patti LuPone in a play.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Patti LuPone would be a great.
I love her.
Member of Doctor Who.
She was in a witch. She was a witch.
I really liked
before,
her in American Horror Story.
She was in Penny Dreadful, and she was a witch battling Evergreen. So, or Eva Green, or whatever you say her name.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she was for 2 seasons.
I know.
One, she was a witch, and then she was somebody else.
She was a tarot card person. Excuse me. In American Horror Story New York.
She's good in everything she does, really. And Catherine Hahn, I've been a fan of forever. I love her.
Yeah, I think they need to make Agatha all along season 2.
I think they are now because to make her to get the awards, I think they just made it that way where they're going to scrap plans. I think the plans are for the Vision to have his own show and be with the other son.
Yeah, we've got Vision Quest coming out next year.
Right, and Vision's supposedly going to be with his other son, and I think the government's going to try to bring back Ultron because Tony Stark is dead. And then Scarlet Witch is going to be teaming with Doctor Doom, the real Scarlet Witch. I don't know if she's the cause of why Doctor Doom looks like Tony Stark, but then Agatha's supposed to get involved with the son, with Scarlet Witch, and I think that Franklin Richards brings Agatha back, and I think Agatha battles Scarlet Witch. We also heard that something happens in Avengers Secret Wars that Spider-Man Tom Holland has to battle Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield on Battleworld in the Avengers movie. So a lot to look forward to with the Marvel stuff. Presently, they're having Deadpool fight Miles Morales in the comics, and if you know Miles Morales, they destroyed the character. Now he's a vampire, and they're going to turn him into a villain. He became a vampire.
That sounds awful.
Well, he became a vampire, and then everybody got turned back to normal, but him. And now he's going to be a villain. For some reason, Marvel did a real switch, and they decided that they don't want him as a Spider-Man. That for years they tried to shove it down people's throats that he was, and nobody took to it. But they did take to it in the Spider-Verse movies, but the fans didn't take to it in the comics. So now they're making him a villain, like Ben Reilly. They made a villain. Scarlet Spider's now he's Chasm, and they're making.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, there is, and he's going to battle Deadpool, I guess. So.
Oh, that's annoying.
Well, I guess he can't be a hero if he has a bloodlust and he wants to kill people. So.
Yeah, I guess. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This is serious. This isn't me trolling, by the way. This is a serious question. What
Are you going to troll
think?
me now? Okay.
No. I'm saying this isn't a troll, but it's going to sound like it. What is your opinion of Donald Trump's administration nominees that he's put forward?
Okay, well, first of all, you know that I haven't talked about politics really on this channel, and that YouTube is owned by people that are Democratic, and they had shadow banned me and wrecked my channel just by mentioning something with the election with Doctor Who and stuff. That being said, I'm glad that the country is going in the right direction, and I'm glad that he's going to be taking over in January and fixing all the mistakes that were done and put the country in dire straits where we had 10.5 million illegal immigrants taking the jobs away from people, and they're all taking the medical coverage and they're getting full medical and dental where I'm not and struggling to get that. But they wrecked the economy's wrecked. Everything's just about wrecked. We're on the verge of World War III, and I just hope that we don't reach World War III before Trump gets office. But as far as the picks go, I really haven't paid attention to who he's appointing. I mean, I do know he appointed Linda McMahon, right, into Department of Education.
Yes, Secretary of Education.
So I am happy about that because I do like the McMahon.
How do you feel about that?
I like that because she has never done anything negative. She's been positive force, and I think she's divorced with Vincent McMahon, or they're separated or whatever. But I think that she's always been on the side of good and for kids and stuff. So I think that I'm happy with that. I think also, am I right to say that Kennedy also has a position
For educate,
right? Robert Kennedy has a which isn't he security or something or?
He's health.
Oh, he's health or security?
Yeah, I think he's health and security.
Okay, I like that.
Health. He's going to be leading the Make America Healthy Again.
But he's mostly security, I thought, right? Because I thought that's what it was, security. I have to look into it. I haven't really looked. I'll probably get busy looking into
more health.
I'll probably get busy looking into stuff when he actually takes office, because it's kind of the way I feel about it is that we're still with Biden and we're still with the Democrats, and the world could end before he even takes office. So I can't really get behind getting busy with picks because anything can happen before that. And unfortunately, they tried to assassinate him twice, right? So I look forward to a new America with Donald Trump and his picks, but I can't really get busy with it because he's not in charge yet until January. If that makes any sense. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know a while ago you said you would run for president. Are you still thinking of running for president one day?
No, Sharon had intervened and said that that will be a deal breaker. That that's the one time she intervened.
Does she not want to become first lady?
No. She doesn't want to have anything to do with that, and she knows that if I did go into politics, that I wouldn't stop because I'm stubborn until I became everything. Just like with everything I do, I do 100 million%. So she does feel that I would become that, and she doesn't really want to be sent to foreign countries, and she doesn't really want to do all that. She wants to do her own path, and that kind of would interfere where she would have to get busy with that by marriage, I guess.
That's fair enough.
So I made a commitment to not do that, even though I wanted to do it. I thought that when I got older, okay.
If you were president, I can see you.
You could see what?
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I can imagine if you were president, you would anyone that's ever trolled or disliked would be put in prison for 1,000 years.
That's like a fan.
YouTube.
I think that's
YouTube great again.
I think that's Matrix Lord 2 and 2 fan fiction. You could probably be a writer of a fantasy movie about that, where it turns into a horror movie, and
I could see you. Your running mate being Mike D. You and Mike D can run. Mike D can be your vice president.
I don't think I would take a troll like James and put him in a box in the desert, and
I can see you giving Sammy Carter
feed him like an apple.
Handshake.
I just find it how
you'd publicly execute James.
You know what? I would just. I kind of been burdened that we lost the Whovians.
You're broken up.
We kind of been burned because we lost the Real Whovians Cast 2 because of the whole Sammy Carter the Tube War, and I lost the Guinness Book. I would have had a Guinness Book back then. So I'm kind of still burned about that, but I would still, even though I didn't get an award, I would like my Real Whovians Cast 2 restored and back. I don't know how that would happen. If there is somebody that is like a bearded old man with the keeper and elder of the YouTube universe and saved all these videos, if someone did have the Real Whovians Cast 2, would be a nice gift to send it back to me, because YouTube said I wouldn't be allowed to upload it and they wouldn't strike it this time. But
well, I can tell you for a fact,
what?
I know James has got every single video you've made cast-wise downloaded on a file.
No way.
He has a folder.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
No, honestly, he's got all the Who crews. He's got all the Who harmonies.
He doesn't have the Real Whovians.
He's got everything.
He doesn't have the Real Whovians.
He's got all the pedophile casts. He's got everything.
There is no pedophile cast from me.
He does. He does.
So, if he had the Real Whovians Cast 2, I would like to see evidence of that.
Message him. I promise you, he's got them all.
I'll tell you what. If, with all the horrible things he's done,
he's got all the Who fires you did.
I'm just gonna say this right on here. With all the horrible things he's done to me, if he wanted forgiveness and to make amends,
oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
I said, with all the horrible things he's done to me, I would be open-minded if he had the Real Whovians Cast 2 to hand it over to me, and then I would highly consider putting him on a cast and talking to him with you as a moderator, Louis. You heard me?
Oh God, I can be Donald Trump, the moderator. Okay.
No, honestly, with all the horrible things he's done, if he had the Real Whovians Cast 2, hand it over.
Are you? I don't think it's him trolling at the minute. I'm pretty sure it's George Back.
I don't know George Back enough to know why he would troll me, because I don't know him. I mean, maybe I did know him. Maybe he did appear, but
he blames you for the Who.
For the what? He blames me for the what? What does he blame?
He blames you for the collapse of Who harmony. The collapse of Who harmony.
First of all, okay, here's the thing, right? I had pushed Sammy to do his own podcast when it was the Whovian podcast. Freedom went off and did Omega Files, and I had pushed Sammy Carter to do his own, and he did Who Harmony, and I never had anything against it. When the Whovian Tube War started, Sammy Carter, on orders from David Aston, had struck my channel down to where I had to do a Real Whovians on my secondary channel. And then it took 24 hours of that crazy nonsense to where I struck Sammy back. And then that was the end of it. Like, it was back and forth. There was a war.
Can I just say as well?
What?
The whole war started because David Aston was so drunk that he misread what you said.
Correct. In a chat.
And thought you said there was a Who Harmony troll.
Right.
But you meant there's a troll under the guise of Who Harmony.
Correct. And
I only found that out years later when I actually saw the original post.
Right. And also David Aston had reached out to me and came on here admitting that. And it still didn't work. We couldn't get Sammy back. And even Hayden tried to reach out to him, and everybody tried to reach out to Sammy, and Sammy will not come back. So it was revealed that David Aston started it. And
is Sammy even alive?
Yes, but the point is that people took advantage of the Whovian Tube War, and it became bigger, like Secret Wars or something equivalent, where the Whovians used it to try to take my subscribers and my members, because Chris was in a thing with Michael and everybody else, and they were trying to say they were the real Whovians, and he did not know that they left. So they tried to manipulate Sammy to do stuff. Freedom tried to use Sammy to do stuff. And it was everybody getting part. Then somebody created fake accounts of me, and they created fake accounts a white power and this stuff, and that was not me. And then people thought that I was evil and horrible, and I lost hundreds of subscribers based on lies. And I was about to reach a milestone at the time, like thousands for the first time, thousand. And I was so pissed off with that I never tried hard again.
No, I remember those days. You'd have
Right. I never tried hard again to make the YouTube channel anything big because I was so turned off by all the effort I put into it and how a lie could just wreck my whole channel. So that was the end of that. And, you know, in the end, the Whovians were gone. I was standing, and mostly everybody else was gone. And the other one was in his own corner, Freedom. And it was just that. And then Freedom tried to start a war with me again a couple years ago. And then Connor got involved.
Freedom's just an absolute moron.
Well, Connor and Philip got involved and had advised me not to, and then we didn't do it. And I just dropped.
I've never spoken to Freedom ever in my life. Never been on a cast with him. I think once I was on a cast, a Who Harmony, and he popped on, but I never spoke to him. I've never had a bad word. Nothing to do with him. And then one day he made a video ranting about Mike D and Jack and James, who have all argued with Freedom. And then he started having a go at me saying, and Louis, he's a piece of shit. Never gave a reason why. He was like, Jack has a shit fetish. He cries at Pink Panther. He was like, James is a troll. Mike D's a big fat slob. And then he was like, and Louis just, yeah. And it's like, well, why are you bringing me up for? I've got nothing to do
with it. So I guess that was the direction where the Who crew went against him rather than me, because they were like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Who crew dissolved in the end because Mike D's a loon. And he's the biggest baby going.
All I know is that I
he can't take. He can give it, but he can't take it.
He was very. I didn't mind him being on the cast, but then when he tried to become a superstar, like the whole show was about him, or we had to wait for him, like someone in their trailer to make a movie, and like he was like an actor, like he was trying to be this big thing. I just got annoyed with it, especially since I said.
Well, I've told you before, Joe. The D in Mike D stands for diva. He's a big diva.
Right, and it was just a thing where he tried to destroy me so bad, and then he tried to make it like before, like he was doing all these good things, and then it was all lies, and then it's always like he wanted to be in control, like.
And he got really pissed off when you exposed his bike accident that time.
The what?
You said he was in a bike accident, and then he lost it.
Well, another thing too was he didn't understand. Like when he wanted to talk to me, he wanted to talk to me, and he didn't know I had to. I said I was working. I can't talk, and he didn't respect that. So then I was like, well, that's the end of it. I blocked him and everything because I'm trying to make peace with him, but he just doesn't get it. Like he's could do whatever he wants whenever he wants because he owns the company. I don't. So I'm bound by working, and I can't talk while I'm working, and I can do this while I'm working. The statue he got me broke, and it was probably meant to be, and I threw it out. So like that was meant to be broken because that friendship was broken. So.
He got loads of those statues and just started smashing them on camera once, and we were like, "Why are you doing that for? Like, you're not achieving anything. You've just wasted money." And then he was like, "Oh, I'm rich. I go out for dinner every night." And then he was on a call with me one time. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in a steakhouse," and I literally heard the person in the queue behind him order a Big Mac. So I was like, "You're not in a steakhouse. You're in McDonald's." So, like,
again, I'm not trying to bash him. It's just that people on my show, people on this show went to their head and they tried to get famous and. They always tried to knock me to rise when you could have just did your own thing, just like the Whovians, just like Mike and all of them. They tried to use me as a stepping stone. You could have just did your own thing, but they all failed in the end, and they all got theirs. And I got no ill will, but it's just.
I think the Who crew might come back.
Oh,
they're just in a different form, going after TARDIS Zone.
Oh. Well, he's not on my favorite list, that's for sure. But
No
and
Christmas
problem
cards for
being,
him.
yeah, no Christmas card.
No, and I think that I'm going to try and expose this George back situation because I think he's the mastermind behind a lot of this.
Well,
I think James is getting the blame for stuff that James hasn't done.
well, I again, maybe because life is too short, maybe I will have a conversation with James. Not trying to say anything on my health, but maybe I'll talk to him.
No, I know, and I know that there's a fake account mocking your teeth and stuff. I saw that the other day, and I just
Yeah,
thought that's so
I'll just say.
childish.
Well, again, I'll just say this. I didn't ask to be fired and lose my medical and dental, and I wasted months battling to where I almost went to court in a big battle with my company until my health took a massive decline from that, and I felt that if I did go into a battle in court with that company, I might not survive because of my health. So again, I was without medical and dental. My health declined and kept deteriorating to monumental levels to where I had this massive infection and all this stuff. And I had worked to try to get medical coverage to which and dental coverage to which I found out sadly that the dental coverage is a joke and nobody wants to do anything for me. But if I didn't speak English and if I was an immigrant, I would have a full set of teeth and everything. So it's just a thing where also it's not my fault that I'm trying to get a job and people think I'm ugly and I'm 50 and nobody wants to hire me. So I'm forced to just use YouTube income to make
You
now
should do a
YouTube.
GoFundMe.
No, I don't want no charity, but I just need to boost myself. If this is the only thing that's going to make me money, then I'm going to have to use everything at its disposal. Where before people donating to my chat, PayPal, Cash App, even my gaming, I boost that up. I get sponsorships and stuff. I did beat a coon without a job, without an income, like I used to have or a budget, but I still beat him with the games that I had. Happy about that, and I'm still gonna compete. And if I get to be number one, then I'll have people reaching out to me. They want to sponsor me, and then I'll be making money, and then this will be my career, and that will be it. And everything else will be done. I could be retired from retail forever and everything else. And that's what I want because I'm still going to try to get jobs, but I already see the way it is, and it's just
I
people
mean,
age
it
discriminating.
sounds really hard in America.
People are age discriminating against me, and people are judging me. And my company, I found that also gave me bad references. So I
Oh,
have
really?
applied. Yeah, I have applied to be district manager. I even applied to be a cashier or a friggin' stock clerk, and nothing. I applied to companies multiple times in multiple positions, nothing. So I ultimately retail is done. The medical field I may return to if I could. If not, then I'm just going to try to keep going with this and try to make a thing. And again, you have to understand too. I have no control over the dental. I have the reverse of diabetes, which my body requires sugar, and unfortunately, sugar destroys the teeth. So I am falling apart like the decrepit master and trying
Well,
to.
this is the thing in the UK. We have a national health service, so we don't pay
We
for
don't.
anything. It's
Yeah.
all free, and I think as someone who lives in the UK, you take it for granted how lucky we are that we don't.
Right.
I could go get a prescription. I don't pay for it.
Right.
It's paid for.
Like
don't have to
I don't
worry.
want people to take from this that I'm dying or that I could die.
Yeah,
And that's
because
why
I did hear something on a chat. I won't say who it was because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But someone was saying you had cancer and you've got weeks to live.
No. I again as unhealthy as I become, I don't want people to think I'm dying or I will die and stuff like that. I had a bad couple of months because of this nonsense. And again, it's not my fault, but it really sucks when I'm trying to do a video and I know my teeth are like this, but this is the only income I have. And I have to look at myself every day. I'm not happy about the teeth situation, but I'm trying every which way to solve it. I went to the dentist, but I owe the dentist
Gives you a nice
thousands.
whistle.
I went to the dentist. I owe him thousands. He can't do anymore, and I can't get anything done. So
But
people are
you
like,
don't
go to
have
the
to
dentist, you
justify
ugly
yourself.
bastard. It's like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. But overall, I'm doing the best I can with what I have.
No,
If
good
people
for
want to,
you. And I'll tell Jack to stop telling people you've got cancer because that's stupid.
I never said to Jack I had cancer. I think I had talking to him and say my health was really bad, but I never said I had cancer. But well, then again, I mean, I haven't gone for a test to know if I did, but I'm pretty sure I don't.
I'm
But
pretty sure if you had cancer, you'd know about it.
right, so I'm just saying that, and then of course when I was getting sick, people were losing faith in me, thinking I was going to fail in gaming and dumping me too, which it is what it is. But I'm still doing my gaming. If you want to donate to my channel, you can donate to my PayPal. If you want to donate to my Cash App, you can donate to my Cash App. If you want to give me a PlayStation card, you can buy it and send it to me on Twitter. And if I get enough donations, yeah, I'll get my teeth done, of course. But
See,
I
you
don't
should
think
just
people.
do a GoFundMe.
No, I don't want to do. I just want to do it the real way. Like my YouTube channel is allowed to do that stuff. And if I do get the money, I will, of course, get my teeth done. But I don't want to do no charity thing. But I do appreciate you, Louis, for being concerned with that. I really appreciate that a lot. Oh,
No,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry. I didn't know that. Why did the chat just come on all of a sudden?
Oh, I haven't even
Okay.
seen it yet.
Oh, wow. This is blocked for me. I'm sorry. Oh, Unknown. What's up, Unknown? That was my former game advisor. I heard the real McCoy is coming back.
Oh,
That's the new guy that's trying to battle me like WWE.
who's saying you'll never catch up?
So every time I pass somebody, I get a new competition. Really. So this person is claiming that he has
Kalen's
9,000.
just jealous. That's all.
Look, whatever. I will battle that person when I'm near that person. Today I'm
he
looking
will
to reach.
annihilate you. He'll annihilate you.
Right. And right now I'm about to reach 7,500. Of course, I get hundreds of platinums a month. So, like I said, that person, I will see you next year, God willing. And that's it. I can't. I'm gotta compete with the people that are third place, second place, and first place in America. You're talking about the World League. If you have 9,700 platinums, I can't get busy with the World League right now, but I am 51 in the world. So I will face off against you next year when I'm closer to 9,700. But it's stupid to like if I'm basically a intercontinental champion or a cruiserweight, like we're using wrestling as an analogy. I'm not a heavyweight champion yet, so I can't get busy with someone that's so far ahead if they are far ahead. And that person that's claiming they are 9,700 doesn't exist. So if they did have a profile that was in private, release it and stop bullshitting about it. Because I can only compete with you if I know what your trophies are. And if everybody's public and you're not, I can't be in competition with you based on your word alone. So there you go.
True.
And when I get angry, I destroy people. So don't worry, I'll make sure I live so I can kick your ass.
You're fucked, Kalen.
That's it. Paul Lamb, release. Everybody knows on this channel you've been starting shit on and off for years. Release you again. I'm not trying to say we're enemies now, but if you're talking shit, bring it, motherfucker. Release your trophy list and stop being a bitch.
Because Matrix is an agent of the light.
No, I am an agent of light. No offense. Look at that light. See? Thank you, God.
He's an agent of the light.
No offense. But of course they take offense. No offense. Louis, it's been great. I would like to see you again on here.
Definitely.
And I'll extend even you and Jack to appear on here. As far as Mr. James
Spidey.
goes, I will be an open mind to have a dialogue. But don't think I'm going to be nice. As much as I'm supposed to be a
Eh,
professional and a podcaster, you have bashed my mother so much that I
Yeah,
may
that
curse
needs to
you the fuck.
stop.
I may curse you the fuck out and be unprofessional. But
Maybe we should do a Who Crew knockout where I'm the host and we do it on
I'm
your
not going
channel.
to. No, I will
And
not give you the. I will not give you the time of day. No, no, no. You'll be on my channel.
that's what
No
I'm saying.
whole crew.
It'd be your channel, the Who Crew, and it's you versus James, and I just sit. I
I,
can go whoa, 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 whoa.
I honestly think that it needs to be a Who fire, and me and him need to get in there and talk because there's a lot of things I
But I
want to
think
tell
I
him.
should be on as mediator, and I can say no
Maybe,
stuff.
yeah, and I think there's a lot of things I want to say, being that he reanimated my mom's corpse as an AI graphics on videos, saying I'm a disappointment. So I do want to have a conversation with that individual, especially since he reminded me on Christmas and my mother's death
Why
day
on
that she
Christmas?
died.
That's just,
To,
how does
to,
he even
to,
how,
to
how does he even know it was your
destroy
mother?
to destroy my Christmas spirit. That's why.
But how does he even know that your mother's birthday is like?
Because he has the obituary from the funeral home that he knows when it was.
That's so weird.
Well, it was a public thing when she died. I mean,
No. I'm not saying it's weird that you had an obituary. I'm saying it's weird that he's gone to that much effort.
well, look at the people that went to the effort to pay to get my address. It's, you know, what are you going to do?
No. I think James. I think it'd be an interesting cast. I think it'd be very interesting.
I'm not interested in the views. I'm not interested in it being interesting. I'm interested in having to say what I want to say to his fucking face. But again, I want people to understand I'm not perfect. And I know some people want to think of me as a role model. I'm not a role model, so thank you. But I'm going to be I'm going to tell you right now, I will not be able to keep my cool, and I will be very, very unprofessional if I do get into it. I'll try to behave, but you have to
Do you think
understand
you'll
it.
ever forgive him?
I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we?
We'll see.
But
yeah, I'm up for that
probably
anytime.
not. But we'll see. I'm not going to say no, but we'll see. I know my mother would. Even my sister was telling me. My sister would say that my mother would, knowing the situation, tell me that it's my duty to help him like she would help him if she was alive, regardless of the horrible things that he said. And it's not like that for me to be hateful and have hatred and evilness. Not that I'm evil, but she would laugh at it and she would be like, "Oh, just help him. He needs help." And
Do you get more annoyed that he's now rich and famous
I don't
and
care about that.
No, but
No,
does it annoy you that he's having
I've
a
never
good
been
life?
a jealous. No, I've never been the jealous type.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Not jealous of his wealth, but are you annoyed that he's got this life of luxury because people?
I'm very grateful that he is rich.
No, but
Because if I ever,
do you not think if people knew the truth
no,
that he
because
was doing stuff like
I'll
this?
tell you why I'm grateful that he's rich. Because if I ever am able to go see him, I'm glad that he'll have a security detail to protect his fucking life. Basically,
Oh shit!
that's why I'm glad he's rich, so he could always be protected. Because at the end of
You're
the
American.
day,
You've got guns.
at the end of the day, you're like my anger is just something that's unbelievable, and
You
people
think
have
he should get the
seen.
death penalty?
No, I'm just saying people have seen what happens when I get angry. The
Do you
wars
turn
that
green?
happen, and it's just craziness. I mean, it's entertainment for people. Like, how many channels did I take down? Like 20 different channels. People that were famous YouTubers that started shit with me. They lost everything, and I didn't even give a fuck about it. But that's the problem. It's like you start shit with me, it's over. So same thing for Tartar Zone and fucking Problem Being. I don't forget at all. And I'm not saying I'm going to do illegal activity. I'm going to do legal activity. But Tartar Zone's channel will fucking go down one day when I feel like it. And Problem Being, well, He needs to make a new fucking hit song because he's a
You should
famous.
do a video
He's
exposing
a, I
him.
guess, problem being is a famous singer from your fucking
I've never heard of him.
from the 80s. You might as well make a new fucking song, motherfucker, because you're
I
gonna
can
have to.
assure you he's not.
Well, no, I think he is. Was. He's got his shit on it. That song was Problem Being. That's what it was, I think.
Papa Bing.
Problem Being. That's what the song was. He's got it on his channel. Fucking. He's like looking like he's 20 or 18, and he's like singing in his pop fucking band.
He's a big fat Irish potato now.
I don't know what he is. Again, I'm not here to make threats. I'm just saying that
You're here to make promises.
I'm not here to make promises. I'm just saying that I'm so glad that James is protected. That's all I have to say.
James, watch your back.
I'm just saying, like, he's done so much evil fucking shit. Besides my mother, he gave Amazon 20 negative reviews at the launch of Perfect Wish that cost me thousands of dollars. He ruined the fucking launch of Perfect Wish. And I know Connor joined in and gave one negative review that
I was going to say, I thought it was Connor that did that.
Connor did one and he did 21. And then James removed after a year or two when he was coming out here with the Your World and he admitted to being a troll when he was going to turn over a new leaf. And then he left and he became famous. He admitted to all that, and he just tried to destroy my money, my book, my income, my job. People have called former jobs trying to get me fired, and he also tried to break me emotionally by my mother, as well as I think trolling Sharon and other shit. So people had reached out to Sharon trying to get her to break up with me. And then someone was successful in that endeavor during Christmas, and that was a memory that I have. That was resolved.
Sharon,
but
you and Sharon are together now.
Yeah, no, but they still manipulated my life to break that up. So I don't forget, really. But you know, it is what it is.
You're a survivor. You're still here.
I'm still here.
They've tried to take everything from you're like Trump. You're the comeback king.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I think we need to. I need to talk to James.
I think
I'm not gonna add him on Facebook so he can have access to all my fucking photos because I'm not that stupid. But also too, Who Wars closed everything down. Because Tartazone tried to use it against me, and they're not a fan of Tartazone. So Tartazone went on a live stream and said that everything that Who Wars said, even though Who Wars said it was parody and it was not true, he said that that's my complete history and that's what he's using. And
the thing is, the Who Wars stuff was memes. It wasn't real.
No, but the Wikipedias were created by Who Wars Strikes Back, and so Kate eliminated everything. She told me. And I appreciated it because I never, as much as some stuff was funny, I didn't like it. So, and I could never get it down as much as I tried. But I'm glad that she did that for me, and I'm grateful to that. So, yeah, I'm open to talking to James, but I don't want to ruin Doctor Who Day. So today's about Doctor Who, not about some cocksucker, fucking loser, son of a bitch, and fucking doggy deposit motherfucker. Bitch to slap the shit out of you. But whatever. I would do a fucking boxing match with that motherfucker. No. Anyway. James, all I'm going to say is I'm happy you're well. I'm happy you're doing great. I'm not jealous at all. And I'm grateful because I always wanted good stuff for you. But I am going to say from all the hard, and one thing has nothing to do with the other. You becoming rich compared to you trolling, that's great. And honestly, from my heart, I'm happy that you never have to worry about any financial thing ever again, which that is what I appreciate for when you were a good member of my cast. So I'm grateful for that. But of all the horrible things as a separate matter that you've done to me, which has nothing to do with you becoming rich, but you just being a fucking troll and all the horrible things you've done, I do want to say in the most professional way possible, where I'm not going to be professional, go fuck yourself, dick. But besides that,
disgusting.
That's it. So, fuck you, motherfucker.
Do you think? I think you could just start by saying disgusting. It's disgusting.
He's a prick. He's a fucking disgusting motherfucking prick. But sometimes shit seeps in, and he realizes he's a fucking prick. It just hasn't been this time. He didn't get it. All horrible things he's done.
I think you should have James on so James can have his say.
I will.
I think a lot of the time James gets the blame for stuff that I don't think James has actually done.
I will have him on a hoop fire. That's fine. I'll do my best, but he's gonna learn that the universe is a very small place when I'm angry with you. If I can quote the doctor, yeah, do my best, but
poor shoulder.
Do my fucking best.
God damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll say it this one time. Shit.
The Who crew's back.
So that Whovian business was out in the open. Now I'm sure I'll hear a threat from Freedom tomorrow. But other than that, fuck you too. But anyway,
let's start another Who war.
Fuck you too.
Oh, god damn it.
Like the DX. All right.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. All right. Don't worry.
Be happy.
That's right. Stop trying to say I'm dying. I never said I was fucking dying.
Yeah, that was Jack.
Even though I feel like I'm dying at times.
Jack, stop telling people that he's dying. It's not funny.
That's probably my fault because I said, the way when I was feeling, I felt like I was death warmed over when people were talking to me. So I'm like, life is too short. So maybe I gave the impression that I was dying. I hope I didn't. But I was feeling so death warmed over that I didn't really feel I was going to survive anyway. But I was doing my best to survive. But sorry. But anyway, what?
I said, you're still here.
I'm still here. I got video games to play today.
He's going to beat everyone in all the competitions.
That's right. Paul Lamb. Be afraid, motherfucker. You're going to be crying like a bitch. You're going to be crying like a bitch the moment
Paul Lamb's going to go to slaughter.
The moment you step out of hiding and you become public, everyone's going to know, and then I can compete with you properly. Because then I will make plans on these notebooks. And again, it's people could doubt me all they want, but for years I've been doing this. I'm number 4 out of hundreds of millions of people in America. And I will be number 1 in the world too. You're not going to stop me. You're just going to piss me off to want to do it even more. And when I do beat you, just like people were mad that I was making videos about Akum, I will fucking revel in it. I will revel in it. I still may have a cake with Akum's face on it today and just fucking eat that shit on the air. Might happen.
I think you should.
Yeah, it might happen. Might happen today. I don't know. But I have a right to celebrate a victory because it took me years to beat Akum. So people are like, why are you doing this? No, I should. I should because I did beat him. So I'm going to revel in that victory as long as I feel I need to. And I know Mr. Dealer is number 3. I didn't forget about you. Don't worry. I'm working on you today. I'm working on getting close to you today. I will make all the plans today after I reach 7,500. And I know I got people before you because it's weird how the World League works. Like, while I'm competing in America, I'm growing in the world also. So I am moving down or up or whatever you want to say. So from 51 to 50 to 49. I am moving up technically, so there are other people that are in competition with me. Also, while I'm going for the American title, and I think someone that has kept popping up, the Dino guy. I know he is competition, so I have to deal with him also. But I will. All right, thank you, Louis.
No worries, pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate it. I got to go back now to do gaming. Thank you guys. Again, like I said, I hate saying this, but I'm allowed to say it. If you want to support this channel, please like, please subscribe,
please donate.
Please donate. I love PlayStation cards. I will love you. Send it to my DM if you got me a PlayStation card on Twitter. Don't make it public where someone could take the code, because then they'll take the code. Or if you want to donate to my PayPal, I'll go buy video games. Or if I get enough donations, I'll get this teeth done, because I think it's
get this man some teeth.
Or fake teeth, whatever. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye for now. Good cast. Good cast.